evening, our beloved viewers. It's 9 p.m. You're watching our live RTD channel. Welcome to this English news edition. Here are the top stories. Inauguration of CNS's branch at the Hayabley neighborhood. And on the international scene, Sintari Hospital air conditioner with the seawater. Those were the top stories. Thanks for joining us in our newsroom. The activities of the Forum for the Celebration of Arabic Language for Islamic People was held yesterday and organized by the King Salman Complex in cooperation with the Organization of Islamic Cooperation at the headquarters of General Secretary of the organization in Jeddah. At the start of the forum, the Djiboutian ambassador to Saudi Arabia, permanent representative to the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, Ambassador Mr. Dialdin Bamakrama, said that the Arabic language was honored by the Holy Quran. It is also became the language of culture and civilization, which spread from east to west through the spread of Islamic and the religion of civilization, science, but also progress. He pointed out that the Arabic language is spoken by almost half of billion people on the planet, and that is among the four most used language of the internet at the rate of 6.60 percentage after the English, 25 percentage Chinese, and 18 percentage of the Hindu language. He also pointed out that the Arabic language has become since 1973 among the official language of the United Nations after a decision proposed by the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, noting that in 2012 UNESCO dedicated December 18 as the International Day of Arabic language due to the great impact of Arabic language on the civilization of culture, but also the mankind. For his part, the Saudi permanent representative to the OIC, Dr. Salah bin Hamad, affirmed that the Saudi Arabia base of the foundation of its national vision is providing all support to strengthen the presence of Arabic language in many international organizations, referring in this regard to the effort of King Salman International Complex. Other news now in the company of the Minister of Employment, the Minister of Budget, but also the Minister of Health, Dr. Ahmed Roble Abdillah, launched the agreement plan for three polyclinics named the PK12, Farhad, and Hayabley neighborhood. The launch ceremony also saw the participation of Director of CNSS, Ms. Deqa Ahmed, but also many senior officials from the Health Department were present at this event. To this end, the three ministers therefore inaugurated the premises which will house the CNSS branch within the polyclinic of Ayablay, and which will allow the commissioning of the CNSS commissioning the cards within the framework of promotion and the expansion of the universal health coverage, giving the diversity of health service, the wide range and the care that offer in these polyclinics. This first agreement plan between the Ministry of Health and the CNSS will be extended to the three other polyclinics that aiming the facilities access to care for most vulnerable population, welcomed by a crowd of users from the surrounding neighborhoods. To the three ministers also made a complex visit to the Hayabley polyclinics in order to inquire about the various care service available at the level of the health structure. The Minister of Employment, in his speech, Mr. Umar Saeed Abdi, recalled that the objective of this agreement, which will further facilitate access to care thanks to the universal health insurance. The minister also said that he explained that this new branch of CNSs in the polyclinics will greatly facilitate access and brings closer to care service for the Djiboutian population. Holders holding the CNSS cards will now be able to receive treatment in local health structure, thus avoid dangerous travel to the hospital. These healthcare reconciliation strategies is a direct recommendation of the health policy conducted by the head of state, His Excellency Ismail Mergili, within the framework of universal health insurance. The Minister of Employment said in his speech, and he invited the population to seize this opportunity, which is offered by the using CNSS card in the polyclinics. For his part, the Minister of Health, Dr. Ahmed Roble Abdille, indicate that this new CNSS branch participate in universal access to care and meet the requirement of implementation of the health policy led by the head of state, His Excellency Ismail Mergili. He recalled that the opening of this CNSS branch at the Hayable Polyclinics is a source of pride for the Ministry of Health, which is pursuing its policy of improving access to care for the population. All polyclinics are equipped and offer a full range, said the Minister of this medical service, which includes, he said, the maternity, radiology, and emergencies, but also all the other facilities service in this care service are free, in particular with the introduction of the CNSS card, thanks to the health policy initiated by the head of the state, His Excellency Ismail Mergili. The ministers, he said, I urge the care staff to preserve in their duties by reserving a warm welcome in a spirit of humanism and fairness toward the population. The Djibouti space of a reflection and exchange, known as DERE, signed an important agreement yesterday at the Sheraton Hotel with its two partners, Djibouti Telecom and Bessiamer. The event took place in the presence of Ms. Sarah Hussein, president of the boards of a director known as DERE, but also Mr. Abdallah Ibrahim Abdallah, Deputy General Manager of Bessiamer, and Ms. Hibo Mohammed, Director of D-Money, who represent the Director of Djibouti Telecom. DERE, which means Djibouti Space for Reflection and Exchange, is a community project that promotes the hope of dialogue and the research for innovative solution in Djibouti society. This partnership between DERE, Djibouti Telecom, and Bessiamer Bank will support this vision by bringing together the strength of each organization to create new opportunities for growth and innovation in the region. Mr. Abdallah Ibrahim Abdallah, Deputy Director General of the Bessiamer, recalled that the partnership will support the growth of the financial sector in Djibouti. He also stressed the importance of working together to develop new solutions that will will help drive economic growth and support the financial sector in the region. The signing of this agreement between DERE, Djibouti Telecom, and Bessiamer Bank is an opportunity and an important step for the people of Djibouti. This partnership will support economic growth, stimulate innovation, and also bring new opportunities to the region. This agreement will contribute to spreading the hope of a dialogue and the search for innovation solutions throughout Djiboutian society. Ms. Hibo Mahmoud, director of D-Money Company, expressed her enthusiasm about this partnership, saying that it will bring new opportunities for growth and innovations to the Djiboutian population. She also said that this partnership will support the development of new technologies that will help drive economic growth and improve the life of Djiboutian people. For his part, Mr. Abdullah Ibrahim Abdullah, Deputy Director of the General Bessemer, recalled that the partnership will support the growth of this financial sector in Djibouti. He also stressed the importance of working together to develop new solutions that will help drive economic growth and support the financial sector in the region. And now in ARTA, the Association for Social Development and Environmental Protection of Gobat, known as ADISG, organized from January 31 to February 2 the second phase of training workshop relating to the protection of fundamental rights of women and girls, as well as on gender-based violence at the Regional Council of ARTA. This workshop, led by a consultant, brought together members of the Community Mutual Fund for the ARTA region. The return to a school in this region of Arta. And now in Ali Sabih, the return to school, the school support in Ali Sabih took place on Thursday morning in the presence of the Secretary of State for Support, Mr. Hassan Mohamed Kamil, the President of the Regional Council, Sharmaki Hassan Alale, the representative of Federation of Djiboutian Athletes, Mr. Saeed Ismail, the Director of National Promotion Agency, Mr. Umar Mohammed, and the Regional Director of Sport, Mr. Ahmed Musa Absiye, were present at this event. The member of the government, the President of the FDF, and also the President of the Regional Council present and immerse themselves in all the premise of the place by the way of inspection in order to require about the state of the center and the living condition of the athletes in front of an audience, the boys and girls athletes, the Secretary of State for Sport and other, they took the opportunity to make their speeches. For his part, the president of the regional decentralization body said that he was very proud to be present at the new schools year, which he said, remind us of the multiples of our athletes during the recent the recent games of the countries and the infrastructure of this center and the high-level training stadium from the policy of the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Merkili, which consists in raising the level of national sports and especially the athletes. For his part, the Minister of Sports, Mr. Hassan Mohamed Kamil, urged the athletes to work for results while thinking about the investment made by the state to improve your living condition. He said that there are great athletes who have been there in Ali Sabih, like Ayala Suleiman, and also Ismail Ode and other be inquired by this success and conduct his speech. It was held on yesterday, Wednesday, February 1, 2023, the premises of Sable Blanc in the Tajora region, a meeting of the executive boards of National Association of Local Authorities Djiboutian, chaired by the president of the ANCLD, President of the Regional Council of Tajura, Mr. Umar Hussein, were present at this meeting. The Permanent Secretary, Mr. Ali Aden, and the International Technical Assistant of the AMF were present at this event, the president of the commune of Bulaus, but also Balbala, represent respectively, were attend at this event, and the president of the Council of Ministers and representative Mr. Mohammed Hamed from Obor, Mr. Sharmaki Hassan from Ali Sabih, and Mahad from Dakhil region, in particular the validation of the association's institutional development plan and the progress of selection of a grant application made by the CEOs, and also the AMF parts of member, the question of visibility, the popularization of the action found specific to the association, as well as the long-term vision was discussed between the members. The MEMFOB organized in Obok region on January 13, 2023, a workshop of popularization known as PAF in 2021-2025 vision. The objective of this action was to raise awareness among the local administration, civil society, and the educational community of these opportunities and challenge related to the implementation of this vision 2021-2025. The workshop took place in the presence of the local authorities, including the president of Obor and the president of Obor Regional Council, Mr. Mohammed Hamed Ismail, the deputy prefect, Mr. Mohammed Awad, as well as the head of Obor Regional Education Service, Mr. Hamad Ali. On this occasion, the facilitators of this composed of senior member executive, including, among others, the planning director, Mr. Mohammed, present, and this technical advisor of MEMFOB present to the participant the achievement that the MEMFOB has undertaken over the past 2 years, as well as the prospect for the next 3 years, particularly in Obor region, the context of current and future project. Mr. Hussein, pedagogical advisor of the regional education service, present the main innovation that have been taken place in recent year in the Obor region, whether in terms to the construction of new schools, such as the opening of bilingual schools in Obor, the rehabilitation and extension of existing establishment, the equipment also of schools with solar electrification for these for the construction of water point and supply, and the benefit of rural schools, without forgetting the extension of a classroom of preschools and teaching of English in rural schools. And now moving on to the international scenes, entirety an hospital built with an air conditioner with the sea water, a more without an air conditioning system which allows energy saving, has been installed at the hospital in Tahiti, located 200 meters from the beach. The hospital is cooled with seawater. He was built with sea waters from depth of Pacific Ocean, an innovation that is good for the planets. In Tahiti, the sky is sometimes overcast, by that doesn't stop the thermometer from climbing. It if these are the one place that needed to stay cool in the hospital in the peacekeeping for the climate change. This is it for this edition. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful evening.